I have gone down that slippery slope of sadness to depression, or pre-depression to depression before, and it's no fun. And I do not want to go down that slide again, and I'm fighting my hardest not to. So as a testimony, sitting here looking at you, talking to you, happiness is a choice, and you can choose happiness before it's too late. So for this video, we're going to take a little detour from the 100-day challenge, because I've gone through some stuff this week and it gave me a topic that I really want to talk about. So I have notes over here. So if you see me looking this way, I'm looking at my notes. So today we're going to talk about how to be happy. The point I want to point out is a point that I learned in high school. Well, I went to a summer camp, like a leadership summer camp one summer, and it blew my mind, especially being a teenager and hormonal, feeling this way today, that way tomorrow. It was a crazy revelation that I got, and that revelation is that happiness is a choice. You have to choose to be happy. And for some people, that's a crazy thing to think about. Like, I can choose my emotions. I can choose to be happy. But this, that, this, she, he, you can choose. You can't control everyone else around you. You can't control your situation sometimes, but you can always control how you react to that situation, what your actions are going to be in that situation. So you have to choose, you know what, today, no matter what, I'm going to be happy. This might happen, but I'm not going to let it get me down. This might happen, but it is not going to penetrate my aura, my shield of happiness. I choose to focus on the positive. And that brings me to my next point. You have to get your thinking under control. It might sound crazy, but what you are thinking, you do not have to think. I am a Christian. I listen to preachers, I listen to preaching, I listen to self-help things, and one preacher gave me something that changed my life. And he said that when you're thinking and you're thinking crazy, opening your mouth disrupts that thought. So he taught me, and what I learned is that when I'm thinking something crazy, like today's going to be a bad day, you open up your mouth. And what I do, I open up my mouth and I say stop. So I'm thinking a crazy thought, I say stop, and I proceed to say something positive that goes against that negative thought. So let's say I'm thinking, oh, today's going to be a bad day, I have to work with this person, you know, this person acts like this. Stop. I will have a good day in the name of Jesus. Me and this person will get along today in the name of Jesus, or we will keep our distance. But my day will not be messed up today. And you keep doing that. Now, at first, that thought's going to keep coming back. It's going to fight. Because sometimes your thinking fights against you. And it's going to fight. But you have to be strong. You have to continue to say stop. Continue to say no. Continue to say something positive. Continue to uplift yourself. Uplift your day. And that brings me to the next point. It kind of flows together. You have to watch what you say. Our words have power. Our words can either build up or tear down. Words aren't just words. They are little powerful creatures, entities that are just waiting for you to form your life. And the more you speak negative thoughts, negative speaking, sad speaking, the more you complain, the more your mood goes down, 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 turns into sadness, turns into anger. You have to watch that. You have to speak positive. You have to do and think positive Our words create the path that we are going to walk. Our thoughts create the path that we are going to walk, and we have to aim towards positivity, aim towards happiness, aim towards being whole. And if you're speaking negative, you're complaining, you're constantly talking down about yourself or someone else, it's gonna be hard to be happy, because how can two opposite things come together? How can negativity and positivity stay together? They're opposite things. It's like, how can light and dark come together? They're opposite things. They cancel each other out. So you have to choose either positivity or negativity. And you have to make that choice, because you can't have both. And the choice is yours. But that is a key to happiness, is to choose positivity, think positivity, talk positivity. It's a major key. So I'm going to move on to my next step, and that is pay attention to your situation and the people in your life. If you have more negative people in your life, people who are always complaining, people who always got something that they can say about a situation that's negative, people who they don't seem to have a positive bone in your body, you do not need to spend the majority of the time with them. If you have a situation where it seems like every time you go here, you hang around this person, you get sad or something bad happens, stay away from that situation, stay away from that person, stay away from that place as the best that you can. You do not want to fill up your time, your day, your spirit, your mind with negative situations and negative people. And you have to love yourself enough to say that that is enough. This is enough. I need to be around people who uplift me, who smile, who laugh, who joke around, who have a good time, because emotions are contagious. If you go around someone who's sad, you end up having to fight off sadness. If you go around someone who's just full of joy, happiness, has a contagious laugh, even when you're feeling down, you're kind of like, oh, you know, I want to be happy. Why are they so happy? You start to feel that, and it starts to void off the sadness. You want to surround yourself with who you want to be like. And my last two steps are probably the most practical. Not saying that the other steps are practical, but they're, in my head, they're a bit harder. You have to have a certain mindset and open up your mind to open those with welcoming arms. Like, a lot of people don't believe that I can control my thoughts, or what I say means something, what I say will form my future. But these last two steps are for everyone. And the next step is to let it out. When you're in a sad situation, a sad part in your life, something sad happens, you don't necessarily ignore it and pretend, oh, that never happened, I would be happy, because that's denial. You can, look at it and say, hey, this happened, it makes me sad, I'ma cry, let this cry out one good time, I'm gonna talk to somebody to release it. But after that, I choose happiness. You release it, you let it go, and you move on. You want to do your best not to stay there, not to constantly bring it back up with no real benefit to it. So if you're talking to somebody, you want to make sure you're talking to the right person. You don't want to talk to somebody who's going to keep you in that situation. You want to talk to somebody who, yes, I will listen to you, I understand how you're feeling, what you're going through, but let's not stay here. You want to talk to somebody who's going to try to lift you up out of the situation and not bring you further into it or go into it with you and get sad with you. So you want someone with a strong, positive vibe, spirit, soul, thinking, talking. Which goes into, it's like a sub-step. Have your avenue or your way out, how you express yourself. If you let things out when you cry, get out a good cry. If you let things out by going to the gym, punching a punching bag, punching your pillow, screaming into your pillow, go ahead and do that to release it. If you go for a run, go for a run. Just find your avenue. And so my last step is knowing when your situation or your sadness is abnormal. There are points or sadness that becomes abnormal and it turns into depression. Sadness and depression are two totally different things. When you're feeling so down, like you're feeling like you're being weighed down, like there's just darkness covering you, that you can't find no way out, you see no way out, you feel that there's no hope, that there's nothing I can do, so why try? You feel like you're being suffocated with this feeling. It's like heavy feeling on your chest. You feel it deep down in your soul, in your belly, and you don't know what to do. And if you are questioning if you ever felt this way, I want to say it's safe to say that you haven't been through it, because depression is real, and when that happens, you need to get help. You need to find help. I'm a Christian, so I'm partial to finding a pastor to talk to about it, but not everyone is a Christian and not everyone is at that point. So if you are not at that point, go get help from mental health professional. Let them help you. Let them walk you through the steps that you need. Do not feel ashamed. Do not feel like you have to hide it. We all need help at one point. The smart ones go get that help. So if you need help, get that help. So I am going to go. I'm glad I got this out, because yesterday I had to make this choice. And yesterday was a recipe for a bad day, but I had to make the choice that it will not get me down. I have gone down that slippery slope of sadness to depression, or pre-depression to depression before, and it's no fun. And I do not want to go down that slide again, and I'm fighting my hardest not to. So as a testimony, sitting here looking at you, talking to you, happiness is a choice, and you can choose happiness before it's too late, because there could be a point where it's too late, and that's the point where you need help to make that choice. But make that choice. Yeah, but I don't even know really how to end this. It's weird, but I'm gonna end it there and end it saying that you can be happy. You can be happy and keep that happiness. But just know that keeping happiness is a fight. It's so much easier to be negative than it is to be positive. And it is worth fighting for.